Here's the brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. If these large retailers don't have a significant reason, a significant enticement for them to use Goldbacks, there's no reason for them to do so. And I'm going to tell you why they are a big fan of the digital cashless payments as opposed to using cash, Goldbacks, other forms of payment. Hello everyone, Kingdom Silver here. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's dive right in. So it's been an incredible year for Goldbacks. They now have over 3,363 merchants that accept Goldbacks. That is a 75% increase in their merchant count just this year alone. That is really fantastic numbers. And they've had a lot of new releases this year as well. You know, they came out with these Florida Goldbacks that you see on the screen here. They also released the Oklahoma Goldbacks, and I have a few of those as well. And then they also released, as you can see on here, the Arizona Goldbacks, have a few of those. And then they also released the Texas Dallas-Fort Worth Goldback. Now, just to clarify, this Goldback isn't replacing a full series. They just wanted to do kind of a special release to get it out there. And with the planned releases of Colorado and Idaho Goldback series next year, they're going to have over a fifth, ladies and gentlemen, of the U.S. that is going to have Goldbacks. And just to list those off real quick, Utah, Nevada, New Hampshire, Wyoming, South Dakota, Florida, Oklahoma, Arizona, Texas, again, that Dallas-Fort Worth Goldback, Colorado, and Idaho. So with this seemingly really significant success that we're seeing with Goldbacks, why would I say that large retailers are never going to accept Goldbacks? That's the title of this video, right? Why are they never going to accept Goldbacks? So again, let's dive into this a little bit. So, you know, as I mentioned earlier, there's all those merchants that have been added to the Goldback network, and I think that's fantastic for them. And one of the cool things about Goldbacks is they have a portal, if you will, that you can go in and you can search, hey, what retailers are next to you? But if you use this tool, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice something pretty significant, that there's not major retailers on here. You know, you're not seeing a Jiffy Lube, you're not seeing a Walmart, a Target, an Aldi, you know, insert your name brand store here. You're not seeing these on the Goldbacks website. And I think there's a reason for that. Now, I have heard in the comments on some of my other videos that some people, I think, have used these at an Ace Hardware. That's a little bit different, right? They are, you know, a franchise type model. And so with that, you know, the owners can, you know, I think have some leeway on what they accept. But in general, I have not heard of any large retailers, big box stores having this. And I think there's a reason to that. And I think there's a reason why they may never accept these. And I'll be really skeptical if they ever do. Here's the brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. If these large retailers don't have a significant reason, a significant enticement for them to use Goldbacks, there's no reason for them to do so. And I'm going to tell you why they are a big fan of the digital cashless payments as opposed to using cash, Goldbacks, other forms of payment. One of the reasons why digital forms of payment are so popular is this concept of interchange income. So for those that aren't familiar with my background, I'm a CPA and I've also worked at financial institutions for many, many years, over 8 years of experience. And interchange income is very common and actually one of the key types of revenue that we monitor. So what is it? Well, let's take a big bank like JP Morgan Chase or Bank of America, for example. They've got a probably Visa or MasterCard credit card and debit card. And the reason why these financial institutions really promote these cards is because when you use that card, every time you swipe at a Walmart, at a Target, at an Aldi, there is a percentage, a small percentage, but a percentage nonetheless of income that Visa, that MasterCard gives back to that financial institution. And that's the same way there's also incentives and other things that can come through for, you know, those big box stores that offer credit cards. And so that's why they push them. They're getting interchange income off of it. Now, before you go running and screaming with pitchforks, burn these all down to the ground, right? this is very reasonable, right? Because if you think about it, it's kind of the same way of you getting cash back, right? Anytime you swipe your card, most places are going to give you 1% cash back. Or if you have a Discover card, they'll have their seasons of, hey, if you shop right now at like Amazon, for example, you're going to get 5% cash back on your card. It's incentive, right, for the consumer to use digital cards. And that option simply isn't available with Goldbacks. And that's why I really do believe you're going to have a really hard time getting significant adoption from large scale stores for the Goldback. But in fairness to Goldbacks, that's not really their strategy. And as you see on their website here, they're really focused on local, on growing communities, on growing and supporting local business. And so I think they've realized this. They've said, hey, this really isn't going to be the best option to compete with some of the larger digital options, right? There's other companies that are in this space. One is Kinesis. For those that aren't familiar with Kinesis, they have the ability for you to use digital forms of gold and silver. They're backed by physical gold and silver that are held in depositories around the world, but you can then use your account balance that is fully physically backed in gold and silver at merchants using their debit cards, which that is a program I believe in the US is launching next year. So that's an option if you're looking to use gold and silver at the big banks, or sorry, not at the big banks, but at the big retailers. That's not really Goldback's model. And so if you're someone that's looking to get into Goldbacks and you're saying, hey, I'm banking on the fact that these are going to have widespread adoption, and one day I'm going to be able to go into my local Walmart, pick up a pack of baseball cards or a bag of chips or whatever it is, right? And I'm going to be able to pay with a Goldback. I'd say that's pretty unlikely to ever happen. But again, that's not necessarily the Goldback model. They're trying to support local. And so if you really enjoy supporting local businesses, definitely dive into Goldbacks. And if you're in one of those states that have Goldbacks as well, definitely check them out. So we're going to end the video on that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about this with Goldbacks. Do you think we'll ever see widespread adoption of Goldbacks in some of these stores? Or do you think this is going to support local businesses and be really successful? It's kind of hard to argue with the numbers of Goldbacks that they've had a 75% increase in their amount of retailers. Do you think that will sustain them alone? Would love to hear your thoughts. With that, be blessed, be a blessing to others. We'll see you later.